Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarium Productions. We're back again with another awesome Dungeons & Dragons related video. Today we've got a brick of the new Icons of the Realms Monster Menagerie 3 miniature figures. So, so this is what they call it or refer to as a brick of these miniatures. So you get 8 packs. Or 8 individual boxes. Each of the little boxes have 4 figures in them, I believe. And I just thought we would go through and unbox these things and kind of see what we have with them. Again, these things came out earlier this month in, what is this? April? March? Came out at the end of March 2018. You can kind of see, it comes pretty shrink wrapped. And you got individual boxes, so we're going to go ahead and just cut this thing open. So all these are kind of blind boxes, and they do a really good job of keeping these bricks pretty well randomized, so you don't end up getting a whole lot of extras. Again, out of the 4 figures in each box, so you end up with a total of like 32 figures. And I think usually I end up with about, I want to see 8 or so of these as duplicates, but we'll kind of see if our luck holds out here. So just pulling one of them out here, you can kind of see, well, we'll wait and get it out. So anyways, we'll just pull these out of the shrink wrap first. You can pick these up at your local hobby store, or if you need to, you can go online and get some of them as well. But I recommend you start with your local stores. That makes a lot of racket. Yeah, so if you can, support your local gaming stores first, and then if you need to, you can go online to get some extra, but they're always good about having some of these boxes on hand anyway, so if you just want one little box, it's much easier. So we've got 8 of these to go through, so I think we'll just break them up into a section for each of these, and we'll just start with this one here, and we'll try to zoom in here a little bit better so y'all can see. The boxes themselves have some nice art here for the Monster Menagerie 3. This is the 3rd release in this kind of monster set stuff. So the side, you've got a couple of the figures that you may get in here. Some very cool looking stuff in here. The back has just kind of the basic intro. The side, we've got 4 more potential figures. The front has that same artwork. You have this cool little flap thing on the top and more of that same artwork. Down the bottom, we've got just the regular Wizards of the Coast, NECA packaging stuff. So, pretty cool. They have a piece of tape on each side here at the top. So we're just going to go ahead and slice that tape open. We'll cut away from me. I usually don't do that, but we will this time. We'll try not to cut any fingers open. Cut the tape open. The little flap comes open. Fold this out. And we'll try to keep it from spoiling any surprises just yet. But that's all you get in the box itself. There's no extra inserts or anything in these. So we'll toss that box to the back. You typically will get 3 smaller figures and then 1 of the monster class figures. So the miniature, or the smaller figures, the normal sized ones, usually come in these little plastic baggies, bubble wrapped. And then you've got the 1 larger figure, usually in this. So surprise, here we go. They just kind of pop out of this bubble thing here. And then this is just recycling material. Our first figure, this really big figure, is a Frost Giant. I don't know if y'all can see that really well or not. Frost Giant. Very cool looking dude here. The axe is kind of a flexible plastic here. That's a little bit new. They're usually a little bit more rigid here, but this is a pretty cool figure. I like the colors on it. So that's one of the figures we get. Let's see which other ones we got. I have just a piece of tape holding this bubble wrap on. We got this little bitty dude here, which is a Nilbog. Try to zoom in so I can catch the light a little bit better here. Pretty cool looking dude. Let's see what else we got. Crazy looking dude here. This is a Magman. Pretty nice. And the fourth figure we got. This one looks really cool. This is Tridron. Tridron, whatever. This one is a really cool looking sculpt actually. It's got some mandibles and some spider leg looking things. This one's really cool looking. So anyways, those are the 4 figures we got in this first box. We'll zoom in a little bit more here because we need to for size comparison. So the large monster, as you can see, is extremely large, and you can see the other characters here for comparison. The little bitty guys are really small. We've used this particular figure in the past for some of our reviews. It's the Northland Fighter from the Epic Level Starter Kit. Miniature Starter Kit, not to be confused with the actual Starter Kit. But you can kind of see where these things scale-wise. We got the little bitty guys, and then this dude here, which is about the same size. This guy that's a little bit bigger than the small dude, but still not as big as the regular dude. And then the Frost Giant. So yeah, these Frost Giants are gonna whoop up pretty easily on these guys. So anyways, that is the first set we got, and that's a pretty good set here, if you ask me. I don't know about the rarity of these guys just yet. I haven't taken a look yet. Let's see if we can get in here and get the light a little bit. There we go. So this is 1 of 45, so this is going to be one of the very basic figures, so we'll probably end up seeing this guy a lot. This one is 15 of 45. This guy is 12 of 45. And the Frost Giant himself is 31 of 45. So we should have a total of, well, it says 44 on the box, but the numbering system already says 45, so their numbers are off somewhere, but that's fine. There's our first set. We'll grab another box and see what we get. Box 2. I'm going to do the same thing here, so we're not going to really bother explaining these anymore. Just slice the tape. You'll notice I did it the wrong way again. I was cutting towards me instead of away from me, but that's the way I usually do it. So 3 more smaller guys, and one of the big dudes. This guy actually has a twist tie holding him in, so we're going to just snip that off here with our snippers and toss that away and pull this guy out. Another fairly large guy here. This is pretty cool looking. This is Emperor 25A of 45. So there will be an alternate version of this. There's usually a couple of these that have an A and a B. They usually change something up about it, so I'm kind of anxious to see what this guy will look like in the B. But this is actually a pretty good sculpt. I do like this guy. Looks like a big Roman soldier guy. Gladiator, but part frost giant, it looks like. Kind of cool. I like that. Let's see what we got in the smaller figures this time. First up, cool looking monster guy. This is the Gray Slad 21B of 45. So this is one of the alternate ones. This one is cool. It's got this cool fire coming out of his hand, and it's got this translucent plastic. That's really awesome. Got little Wolverine claws on him too, so yeah. That's pretty cool looking. Number 3. We have a Goblin, 6 of 45. The little torch that he's holding is translucent as well, so that's really nice. It's a pretty good little touch on it. And they do a really good job on painting these things, because I'm not all that good at painting them so far, and it's nice that you don't have to worry about that too much with these. Our final figure. This is a Triton Fighter, 38A of 45. Pretty cool. Nice gold armor. Cool little trident. The face can use a little bit of work on it, but he's kind of a merman guy, so that's pretty cool. We'll slide these to the side and grab us another one. Box number 3. Come on down. Here, we'll cut away from us this time. Y'all got a sneak peek before I did, so. The only real downside about these is you end up getting a lot of trash, so. Cool. So this one is a Hill Giant, 28B of 45. Really nice detail work in all this one. Pretty cool looking. Toss that to the trash. This is a pretty weird looking guy. Let's zoom in a little bit closer if we can here. This is a Stirge, 3 of 45. So a little moth, butterfly, birdie thing. I don't know, I'm going to have to go to my monster manual at some point and check up on these guys, because I don't necessarily know what all these people are. So, alright, number 3. This one looks really cool. This is Kobold, 5 of 45. It's kind of a little dragon guy. This is pretty cool looking. I like this guy. And the last one in this set, a little bit heavier monster. This is a gibbering mother, 24 of 45. That's a pretty crazy looking thing. So yeah, that's pretty good haul too. So far, no duplicates. I like that. Let's grab another box. Number 4 of 8. The good thing about these this Monster Menagerie is that it's has a heavy emphasis on some of the monsters, where in the past it's been more of fantasy kind of creatures, I guess you would say. This one is a little bit more geared toward the monsters and the big bad crazy guys, so I do like that. But alright, now this one is really awesome. Again, we've got a little wire tie here, so we're just going to snip that off, pull it out, and pop this guy out. This is what I'm talking about here. This is a really awesome looking guy. It's a Storm Giant, number 44 of 45. And yeah, this guy is just totally awesome, man. I love the sword and the lightning bolt here. Really great details here. This one is just really awesome, man. Set him down here and grab some of these little guys and see what they're doing. Our first duplicate. It is the Sturge 3 of 45, so. And it can work for like a little alien thing or something. Still very cool looking. The tape doesn't want to come off of this one. So sometimes you gotta just tear these bags open. Get out of here. Very cool looking dude here. This is a Knoll, 7 of 45. He's like a werebear looking thing with swords. So yeah, that one's actually very cool. I like that guy. And let's see what this one is. That tape's sticking to me. One that wouldn't come off and one that won't stay on. Alright, this one is a crazy one. It's a little bit bent, but just kind of bend it back into place if you get one that's a little bit like that. Quadron, 18 of 45. This fits in alongside some of the guys we saw from the last set, which was the Tomb of Annihilation box set. So it's a nice addition here. It looks really cool. And it's a unique one for us, so really awesome. Just for size comparison here, for the big bad Storm Giant, we do have our normal player character here. So yeah, this guy kind of towers over him, but this is a really awesome figure here. So I love this thing. Awesome. We'll grab another set. Box number 5. I don't know why I keep looking at these boxes. They're all the same. I'm too used to doing these reviews where we look at every single one of them, so that's my bad. One, two, 3. Ha ha ha. Ah, this one's cool looking. Whatever it is. We also have a twist tie on this one. And he comes right out there, so alrighty. This one is the Fire Giant Dreadnought, 30 of 45. Unfortunately, you can't really see much of the sculpt on this one because of the cool shields that he's got up. But if you kind of look around him, he does have a lot of cool looking detail everywhere. He's a pretty nice guy. Kind of hard to get past these shields here, so yeah, that's cool. Not quite as impressive as the Storm Giant, but it is what it is. It's still really cool looking. A cool tool, two-headed wolfy thing. A Death Dog, 9 of 45. That's really cool. Can never have too many death dogs, right? I hear one barking now. Looks like another kobold. This one is a winged kobold. How do you pronounce that? Kobold? 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 14 of 45. Kobold, I guess is the way we'll say it. That's pretty good looking dude. Cool wings. Little dragon warrior guy. Our last one in this box. We have another duplicate. Another goblin, 6 of 45. It's bound to happen. You're going to get a couple of these that are going to be duplicates, but so far, 2 out of the set's not bad at all. So we'll throw this guy back up here for size comparison for the big tank guy and the wolfy guy. So yeah, let's move on to the next one. Number 6 of 8. I will say right now, thank y'all for sticking with this video. It's going to be a slightly longer one. Actually, I guess it's not, because we're actually running through these pretty quick. But so this may not actually be as long as some of the other reviews I've done. But still, I appreciate y'all sticking with us. This is fun, finding out what's in these blind boxes. So 1, 2, 3, and we have a Cyclops 26A 45. Not quite as big and imposing as some of these other guys we've got, but this is still a pretty cool looking character. Still very big compared to a normal player character. That's really one of my other only bad parts about these is they don't mix in a lot of actual player characters in these sets. Most of them are the monsters and the bad guys. So, you know, it is what it is. Gnome Wizard, 11A of 45. So here is a good example of one of the player characters that you could get. So that's pretty cool. Again, they don't pack in a lot of these player characters, so it's nice to find one every once in a while. This one is really cool looking. This is a human bard, 19B of 45. So got a cool looking guitar, cool cape. The face has some sloppy paint on it, but other than that, this is a cool one. This is another good example of a actual player character. So after I just got through mentioning how much they usually don't put these in here, we've just got 2 of them in the same bag. So The last one for this set is a Vampire Spawn 10A of 45. This one is a pretty good one here. It's slightly leaning a little bit. So I think I just broke the glue on it. So you may have to kind of watch out for that when you're dealing with these things. You can heat them up with a little bit of hot water and usually flip them back into the correct position if you do get one that's slightly bent. But this one's not too awful bad. It's a vampire anyway, so it's fine if it leans a little bit to the side. Go ahead and throw this guy in here again just for size comparison. Our gnome wizard, our bard, and our vampire spawn. So yeah, this is a pretty cool set. Number 7 of 8. We're closing in on the final lap. And ta-da! That didn't do much, did it? 1, 2, 3. Cool. We got another frost giant. So this one is the 32 of 45. So if we grab the other one here, 31 of 45. You can kind of see some of the slight differences here. That's this one has a cool sword instead of an axe, and slightly different colors on his helmet, and his tunics are a different color. Other than that, it's pretty much the same figure, but still, it's nice to have alternates here. I'm actually surprised they did this one as a separate figure and not an alternate of the same figure itself, but traditionally there's always pairs of frost giants and not one single one by itself, so it's I guess that's probably why they did that this way. Still a very awesome figure here. I do like this thing. So let's grab our smaller figures and start looking at them. We have another death dog, 9 of 45. Another duplicate. We've seen this one just a few minutes ago, but still could have been a lot worse. Having 2 of these dogs, death dogs, is not a bad thing. This one actually looks really awesome. This one is a Dragonborn Fighter, 20B of 45. So again, one of the alternates. So this one is probably going to end up being pretty popular. He's got some really cool looking details on him. Cool looking bone axe too. So that's a really good figure there. And I'll try to get a close up on all these things at the end here, but we're just kind of running through them real quick here to get through the entire pack here. This one is a Bearded Devil, 33 of 45. This is actually a pretty cool looking guy here. He's got this cool beard, and he's a devil. So, hence the name, Bearded Devil. That's pretty awesome. So we got a couple of the slightly larger guys on this one. For comparison, we've got our traditional player character here. So some decent guys in this one. So this is actually a pretty good pack here. Actually, I don't think I've had a bad pack yet. So we got one more to go though. We've made it to the final round. Box 8 of 8. Let's see how lucky we are with this one. So as you all have kind of seen, if you've not picked up any of these figures yourself in the past, they typically do put on the back of them how many figures are in the set. What they don't usually take into consideration is all the alternates. So all the A's and B's, so it ends up being closer to like 50 or 60 of these things that you could get. Which from a collectible standpoint is a pretty good thing. 1, 2, 3. And we've got a new one. This is the Mouth of Growlentor, 27 of 45. It's a pretty cool looking thing. He's got a big thing of pumpkins in his hand. Looks a little bit like something off of Attack of the Titans, except he's got skin. So, but a very cool looking figure here. I do like the chains coming off of this guy, so pretty nice looking actually, to be honest with you. Let's grab this little thing here. This looks to be the littlest one of the batch. This thing looks like a really small beholder. It's a gazer, 4 of 45. I'm sure y'all, I'll lose the light when I do that, but we'll zoom on this guy for sure. Not a lot of detail work that you can make out here, but it's really cool. It's a gazer, so similar to the beholders, but not quite. Cool little pterodactyl looking thing. It's got a piece of string on it or something here. This is a mud mephit. Again, he's slightly bending over, so we'll need to straighten him up a little bit, but kind of cool looking. And our last figure in this brick. Let's see what we got. Cha-ching! We have the Other Human Bard, 19A of 45. So this one, again, it's slightly leaning back too far, so we'll need to straighten it out at some point here. It's got looks like a microphone, and one of the, I don't know what you call that thing. It's like a Kamakura or something. Bladed sickle with a chain and a weighted end on the end of it that looks a lot like a microphone, even though it's probably not supposed to be a microphone. But this is pretty cool. The face a little bit better than the last one that we saw, but still not the best in the world. But the overall figure itself actually looks really cool. So there we go. This would probably be the weakest of the batch that we got, but still ends up with a couple of cool figures here. So there we have all of the figures out of this brick from Monster Menagerie 3. We ended up with a lot of really awesome figures. We only ended up with, what, 1, 2, 3 duplicates, I believe, which is actually really awesome luck. Usually not that lucky, but yeah, an awesome set we got here. So we got really lucky in the draw on this one. So this is not the entire set, obviously. There's still about 30 or so that I still will have to pick up at some point, so I'll have to get another brick. So yeah, support your local game stores. Go pick these things up. You can get them in the single packs, or you can get them in the big 8-pack brick, whichever floats your boat. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Drop some comments down below to let us know what you think of this new Monster Menagerie 3 set from Dungeons and Dragons. Also, just let me know what you thought about this unboxing set. I know I went pretty quick with this particular one. Didn't go into quite as much detail as I normally do. Well, you know, if you like that format, then fine. If you want me to go back to the old way of taking an individual look at all these figures, then by all means comment that below as well. If you'd like to see anything for future episodes, feel free to drop that in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, game on.